Welcome to this channel IBM classes. In this video session, we'll discuss a new topic on subfile where we are going to add the records to the subfile. So we'll be having inquiry subfile and having the options to add the records in the PF and the subfile. Uh, so for that, I just created an example code. So let's talk about that. So I just created subfile 8 for that purpose. So here we can see that we have taken the display size as this one, 24 by 80. Now this is the subfile format where we are having three fields: employee number, name and status, which is referencing the file student. uh, Record format are student of these fields: employee number, employee name, employee status. So in this case we don't need to just evaluate these fields or populate these subfile fields, because these are already referencing to the PF student. This is the control format for that subfile, SFLRFMT. Now we have defined CA03 and CF06 command tension and command function key with this subfile control record format, so that these two function keys would be you can say that enabled only on the subfile screen, not on any other screen. So that's why we took this inside the subfile control format. We can have these two functions outside or in the main subfile display file, like here above below DSP size, or out of these two record formats. In that case it would be enabled on all the screens. Then we need to handle these two on each and every screen, whatever the screens we are adding to a display file. The SFL size is 9999 and SFL page is 9. So this is a load also file. Overlay SFL clear. We took SFL clear here and attached 20 indicator with this uh, because we need to add a new record to the subfile, and then we need to reload that subfile and display the latest record gets added on the subfile screen. SFL display DSPCTL SFL record number is just taken into the account or used here because we need to handle that enter key as well on the subfile screen, so that um, whatever screen are we are on at that moment, we should be on that screen or that page. If we press enter, we don't navigate to the first or the last, first or the first page, so that enter function, enter key would work perfectly fine, or it would not cause the screen to be first screen to be loaded or displayed once we are on third page, third or second or fourth, any page. So we have declared these headings in the control formats. Now this is the record footer record format. Here we have define these: F3 for F exit, F6 to add, and we have taken a message record added successfully with color red on this position, line number 23, and position static position is 2, and we just attached an indicator or reference and indicator 81. So once 81 gets on, we will be seeing this message on the subfile screen that record added successfully. Now this is the add screen. in which we have taken CF12, which means that um, once we press F12 we will be navigating back to the subfile screen, or once we press F6 we will be seeing this add screen on our display device, so that we could be able to add the records through the display file in the PF, or uh, in the same manner in the subfile. So we will be entering the employee number, employee name, status, and we can see that we have used error message um, with these fields. So employee number cannot be blank, employee name cannot be blank, and employee status cannot be blank with these fields respectively. We use the indicator with them, so that once these indicators gets on, the particular or corresponding error message will get appear on the screen. So this is all in this subfile. We have one subfile format, subfile control format, we have a footer format, and we have add screen as well. So we have seen that we have taken F12 inside add screen, so F12 will be enabled only on the add screen, and F3 and F6 will not be enabled here, and in so file screen F3 and F6 will be enabled, or F12 will not be enabled there. So we will be compiling this. So if in case we want to see the same in debug mode, what we'll do, we'll compile these with the option restore display and star s, so that we could see the screen correctly on that device during debug. Now this is our program. Before that we should see the records on the structure of the student table. This is the structure of the student table, F9, F4 and F4. Currently there are no records in this file student. Now we'll be seeing the program as well. So we know that we should have two steps in the subfile programming. First one is loading, and then second one is the displaying the subfile, and other steps like after displaying we will be handling the keys whatever we have defined with our subfile, or whatever the process we want to do after that. So in this case we have taken a student file, defined the student file in fspecs in input and add mode, because we need to insert the records in this file. So that's why we have taken add mode as well with this file. Now we have declared subfile 8 and declared the subfile record format here, and used the file information data structure to get the current RRN, so that we could handle that enter key function. We declared RRN here. So the first thing would be the initialization subroutine, in which we are setting the RRN as 0, and SFL RRN, which is subfile record number, as 0. Also we are setting indicator 81 as off, means we are not showing any message on the footer that is record added successfully on the first time. Then we are executing the load function. Now come to the load function simply. So here we are just initially we are setting the indicator 99 as off, means stop loading the subfile once the SFL size value reaches, that is 9999 gets records gets loaded. We will not be loading any further records onto the subfile, because this is a load all subfile, and we'll be in this case what we'll do, we'll be loading all the records at once, and then we are displaying the records on the subfile screen. Indicator 10 is off because we are not having any records in subfile. format. So this is off currently. SFLRN, we have set SFLRN as 1 because in case if there is no record, we should be having SFLRN as 1 in that case to display the subfile. So now we are setting the low val at first RRN, then we are reading the file, not end of file, till not end of file, not personal error, and indicator 99 is not equal to 1, means 9999 records are loaded. Till the time 99 records gets loaded, we will be reading the file or whatever the condition reaches first. So in this case we are incrementing the RN by 1, writing the subfile record to the subfile format, and then we are checking if it is RN is 999, we are simply setting the 99 indicator as on, and if in case RN is greater than 0, means we have at least one record on the subfile format, so we'll be setting the indicator 10 as on so that we could display the subfile. Now we'll be reading this in loop. Now after that we will be checking, so this is SFLRN is 0, then we will be setting it as 1. Now this is the load function, so in the initialization subroutine we will be loading the subfile. After that we will be writing the footer record format, or we execute formatting the subfile control format, and then after that, once that subfile gets displayed, we will be executing the process keyboard keys subroutine, which will be handling F3 F6 keys. So in this case, if F3 is pressed, we will be setting the last record indicator as on, and then we are returning from the program. After that, once we press F3, once we press enter, so in that case F3 would not be on or F6 would not be on, because we have not we must have either we have F3 or F6 will be enabled at one time on that subfile screen. So in case if both are not enabled or both are not on, then that means that enter was pressed. So in that case we are fetching the current RRN value, and then we are moving that current RRN value, which is fetched from the INFDS file information data structure, and we are moving it to the subfile SFL RRN, which is subfile call number. And also we are setting indicator 81 as off so that we could not see the error successful message that is on the footer record format, and this is ended. So if in case enter or FC not pressed, then in that case we will check if F6 is pressed. So we are first doing that, it is marking that F6 is on, IN06 is on. Checking this, if IN06 is on, then we are setting this star IN06 indicator as off. Then we are clearing the fields on that add screen, that is EMP, EMP name, EMP status, and then we are clearing setting off the indicators associated with them 71, 72, 73, which is for the error messages associated with them, so there will be no messages shown on the screen right at that time. We are setting 81 as off because we are not going to display that successful message till the time we are not going to add any records to the PF. We have set indicator 12 as off because in this screen add screen we have 12 F12 we have used F12 key. So once F12 will be activated after execute formatting or displaying that add screen, then only after that one can be able or user can be able to take F12 key on that or pressing enter. So if F12 we are we are reading we are executing the below code inside the loop, which is where we are checking that if F12 is off, means that we have not pressed the F12 key, back key. So in that case we have pressed enter, so we'll be execute formatting, or we are displaying the add screen. Then we are setting these indicators as off again. So after that we are checking whether we have pressed F12 after execute formatting the screen. So if in case if it is off, means we have not pressed F12, so we have pressed enter. So then we are validating our fields whether these fields MP, MP name, MP status are blank or not. If in case they are blank, the corresponding indicators associated with these fields will get on. And in the others, so this is uh, currently executed happening in the select section. So in other section, in case if these are not the valid case, we'll be going into the other section and we are setting these indicators as off. And then we are populating the EMP, MP name, EMP status to the file field of a student, and we are writing the record into the student table using the record format rstudent. Now once the record gets added or written to the, or you can say inserted to the student file, we will be clearing the subfile. So for clear we have used indicator 2020 with that. So we are setting indicator 20 as on, then we are writing the SFL control format. So now we have cleared this all the records which are loaded to the subfile. Now again we are setting this as off so that we could not display the empty subfile. Now we are setting the RRN as 0 again. We are executing the load function and load subroutine again. Now after that, since we have loaded or we have inserted a new record to the PF, what we will be doing, we are populating or evaluating the current the RRN to the SFL RRN. Whatever the number of records gets loaded to the sub file format, we will be populating that value to the SFL RRN so that we could see the last page record after pressing enter on the add screen. And once the record gets added, we will be seeing the last record on the subfile format with the message indicated 81 is setting as on, with the message like record gets added successfully. So in this case we are setting indicator 12 forcefully as on, because we have written the records in the subfile and we don't want to be in loop anymore. So we have set indicator 12 as on. So after once 12 is on, so this condition will get failed and will be exit from the loop. We will be exiting from the loop, and then again we are going to the same section here on the top, that is writing footer, execute formatting the subfile control format, and processing the keyboard keys again. So just compile this program with debug view and star source. So now we are debugging this crdbg sub pg hash The program name is this hash breakpoint set as one, call sub pg hash. Now we'll be seeing, first we are going to execute the initialization subroutine. We don't need to call this subroutine. This will be executed by default. RRN is 0, SFL RN is 0, and indicator 81 is set as off. First simple routine is load routine. Now we do not have any records, so writing footer subfile control format. So we do not have any record on the subfile or on the PF, so we are seeing the empty subfile right now. We are not getting any message or error while displaying the empty subfile. Now once we press F12, so we can see that F12 is not active on this um, subfile screen. Now we press enter. So once we press enter, we'll be going to the keyboard process keyboard section. We will be seeing, oh sorry, 11 0. So again seeing the same thing. Now we will be pressing F3. So once we press F3, we will be setting the last record indicator on, and we just exited from the program. We are calling it again. We do not have any record in this subfile. Now we will be pressing F6. Clearing these fields, we are setting the indicators as off. Now we can see that we have displayed, we have this screen in front of us, add screen. Now suppose we press enter without giving any value on the screen, will be coming inside. Indicator 12 is off, means we have pressed enter key. Now select when emp equals to blank, setting the indicator 71 as on, and we are again checking if 12 is off. Yes, execute formatting the same screen with the error message, that is again pressing enter, we'll be seeing the same message, employee number cannot be blank. So once we press enter again, seeing the same message. Now once we press this one, now come again. Now this have value, but emp name do not have value. 72 gets on, employee name cannot be blank. Now name 1, 73 gets on, and we will be seeing the next error. That is employee status cannot be blank. Now once we give some status to this one and pressing enter, we'll be seeing that we have not getting any field as blank. Now we got entered, we entered in the other section, and we are marking all the indicators as off. Now we are evaluating the 5 fields and writing the record format so that we could insert the record in the student file. Now we are setting the indicator 20 as on, and clearing the sub file, then again loading the sub file. After clearing the sub file, again loading the sub file. Currently this file has only one value, and now after the sub file gets loaded, we are evaluating the RRN to the sub file record number, and then we are marking 12 as on and indicator 81 as on as well for displaying the successful message on the display subfile screen. So we can see that record added successfully, and we can see one record, one name, one active. Now once we press enter, so in case of enter, what we'll be doing, we are marking the current RN to the SFL RN, and we are setting in the indicator 81 as off. We are not going to see any message right now after that. So that message at the bottom or at the footer has gone now after pressing enter. Now once we press F6 again, we went to the section displaying this again. Now once we name to an active, pressing enter, went to the other section, writing the records in the PF, and then clearing and loading the sub file, and then passing or evaluating the sub file record number with the loaded RRN, and then setting indicator 81 as on and 12 as on to display the error, to display the successful message on subfile screen. This one record added successfully. Now once you press F6, we'll again going to the display add screen. Now after that, once we press suppose F3, we will be seeing a function key not allowed, because this is only allowed on that subfile screen. Now once we press F6, function key not allowed. So once you press enter here, we'll be again getting the error. Sure. So if we press F12 right now, F12, so we are not going to load the subfile in that case, and we are simply displaying the subfile screen in that case without any successful message. So this is the function of the subfile right now. So I'm just exiting from the debug mode, and will show you by simply calling this. Call this. Now press F3, come out, and then again call this. Press F12, will not work here. Function key not allowed in this subfile screen. Now press F6, will open the add screen on the device. Now employee number cannot be blank, yes, 3. Employee name cannot be blank, name 3. Employee status cannot be blank, active. Now once you press enter, record address successfully, we will be seeing the third record. Now again F6, then F12, so no message, then F6, then again press F6, F6 function key not allowed here, F3 function key not allowed here, enter, employee number cannot be blank, F12 will come back to the subfile screen. Now F6 again, now 4, name 4, active, 4 records added. Now just add some records to the subfile. Name 5, active, 6, 6, name 6, active, F6, 7, name 7, active, F6 8 name it inactive, F6 9 name 9 inactive. Now again add one more record because the SFL page value is 9, so name 10 active. So we can see that we are seeing the last page or of the subfile after adding the records. So once we press enter, we will be again seeing the last page. So once we press page up here, we'll be seeing the first page or the previous page. So this one. So this is the functioning of a subfile. So here what we are doing, we are adding the records to the physical file, and simultaneously we are displaying the same record on the subfile after adding that record like this. This one record added successfully. Once you page up, we'll be seeing the previous page, page down the same page, press enter this one. So this is all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.